All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to the 1000 Days Challenge. This is day 547, so let's get things started. All right, so first and foremost, the balance is a little bit of a drop purely based on the experimental trade setup. I did mention that I enter a couple of short setup. So one of them triggered a stop loss, the other one I closed in a small loss, and the other one closed in a small profit in that sense. So yeah, so I decided that the trend wasn't as bearish as it seems. All right. This I just updated this in terms of the comments, etc. So basically, I look in terms of US market wise. Generally, things looks a very nice bounce to close off the week. But bear in mind that especially if you look into S&P 500, we still technically close right below the 200-day simple moving average. So that's a sign to look at. But bear in mind that across these few days of drop, it still closed the highest. So that's definitely a good sign. And similarly, if you look in terms of Nasdaq, looks a little bit weaker, but still closing near the top of the range or near the resistance itself, or previously support over here, support over once, and seemingly now it's turning to resistance. But nothing to be too much of a concern about. We could have somewhat of a decade bounce even to the 14,000 or 15,000 region for Nasdaq. But otherwise, let's see how things goes. I'm still a little bit cautious, but not to say that we got a very strong reversal towards the uptrend again, especially when you look in terms of weekly chart itself. We're still quite far off in terms of the 200-day weekly moving average on the weekly chart for both Nasdaq and also S&P 500 itself. So yeah, definitely room for retracement is there, room for further retracement is there. And then for ASH, I think it looks to be a little bit bearish because we're retesting this very clear support region itself. If we were to breach this level itself, definitely potential sell-off could be there. And if we do trend over here for, say, even for a couple of weeks, say 3 to 4 weeks to a month, then I do lean towards further strong bearish downside that we could retest this $31, $30 region itself. So definitely something to take note of. And for KWEB itself, like what I mentioned, it's definitely reaching the uncharted territory itself very soon if we do not hold this line. And it seems that we are not. We're getting two very nice rejected candlestick on the weekly chart itself. And this week we're actually closing in the new low, all-time weekly low itself since, well, since even before 2018 itself. So that's definitely not something expected, but let's see how things goes along the way. All right, and finally for Bitcoin itself, things looks to have a potential bounce. So this week we could be closing a very nice bullish hammer candlestick itself. So let's see if momentum is able to pull through the following week, which means to say that we're able to break this week high itself, in which case it could signal a much stronger rebound in that sense. So yeah, it is much has to be a wait. And more importantly, if you look in our daily chart, we still have a very clear 20 exponential moving average. That was previously the resistance point. So currently right now it's at around 39.6k region itself. So yeah, which is why I say this 40k. So definitely region could be something to take note of and look into. And bearing in mind that we could still see further bearish momentum and downside in that particular manner. All right, and on the forward chart, I don't see any particular trade setup simply because if you do look into that, you can see that right now the price action is a little bit choppy. There is some sort of a bearish lower high is still being made clear, but we get a higher low just as well over here. So I'm not entirely bearish because even though we got a clear rejection over here, I went for a short. The short bearish momentum didn't hold through and pull through. So of course, if we do get rejection over here near the 38k region itself, I want some more spike before we go down rather than a weak one and go down. So in which case, that will give me a much stronger confirmation that we could lean to a further bearish momentum. Or otherwise, if we do consolidate over here, we could without a doubt have a strong reversal towards to retest this 40k mark itself. All right, so yep, no valid trade looking into right now. Otherwise, that's more or less about it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.